What is going on YouTube? It is Boy Nite here today, back with a brand new video. Today we got a brand new Q&A, and today it's an Instagram Q&A. Normally I do a Q&A from YouTube. Sometimes I do have Instagram questions or Snapchat questions, but today is specifically an Instagram Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram if you guys wanted to ask me some questions for an Instagram Q&A. You guys get a shout out, obviously. If you do not follow my Instagram, it's now every day. It should be linked right here, or shown right here. And I'll probably do another Instagram Q&A depending on how well this one goes. So anyways guys, I think we got about 11 questions here today. It's just going to be a little quick Q&A, a good part one for a Q&A. So without further ado, I think we should hop into the first question of the day. And it comes from my boy j.nav932. His name's Jaden, and his question is, what's been your favorite video to make so far? Now, I don't really have a favorite video. The most popular video is my head shaving video. We all know that. Okay, the head shaving video is an OG video. That video will probably be the most viewed video on my channel of all time down the line. But my favorite, I want to say my favorite series. My favorite series is vlogs. I love vlogging. I know I'm not that great at it. I'm working to get better at it, but I love vlogging. So all the vlogs I make really, some vlogs aren't that good, but most vlogs that I make are actually super fun and probably my favorite videos. Next question comes from Mystery. Why I say Mystery is because she didn't want to be shouted out. So you know, I'm respectful, you know. But anyways guys, the question is, what's your favorite classes so far? I actually have my favorite class, actual course, is American Arizona History, because I love history. It's probably my favorite subject. And my teacher was my JV coach and is the pitching coach for varsity. But my favorite class with people is definitely my anatomy class. Most of my friends are in my anatomy class. A lot of people are. And you know, it's always nice to be in class with your friends. So probably anatomy for people in the class, and history for the actual class. My cousin Marianne asks, what's your dream place to live? That's a tough question, because I've lived in pretty much 3 different parts of the world. You know, you got the very cold Minnesota, you got the very rainy Lake Erie effect, Ohio, Cleveland, and then you get the really hot Arizona. So I mean, it's pretty much all 3 of the regions that you want to live. So I don't know. Probably my favorite place to live was Minnesota, just because I like the weather there. I like how there's actually seasons. The thing about Arizona though is that I can do baseball year round. In Minnesota you can't, obviously. So probably Minnesota is my dream place to live, and also that's where I grew up, so I know a lot of people there, and it would definitely be way more fun if I just went to Minnesota. But you know, it's pretty good down here. Everything's good. But yeah. Next question comes from Amy Scabe. I hope I said that right. And the question is, would you rather know when you die or how you die? Probably how I die. Because if I know how I die, then I can prevent that from happening so I don't die. See what I did there? Next question comes from Ronnie Perugia 24, and his question is, what is your best baseball memory? My best baseball memory of all time is playing in Cooperstown Dreams Park when I was 12 years old. We got to play in a tournament. It was super fun, and I remember I pitched a complete game, 2-hitter, against the Knoxville Fire, which was from Tennessee, obviously. And it was very cool. You know, I got the game ball. I pitched really well, and you know, I had everyone was on their feet, right? You know, everyone was clapping. And then the next day, in the playoff game, I gave up 10 home runs. I'm not even kidding. I gave up 10 home runs in the first inning, I think. Maybe it was 9, but it was a disaster. So it was not that good, but that's probably my best baseball memory, because I had such a good game, and then I had a really bad game. So that's probably my best baseball memory. Next question comes from my brother, and his question is, why is your brother so cool? He's not. Next question comes from my mother, and her question is your mom awesome? Yeah. Next question comes from my boy Jack Ballas, a good friend from Ohio, and his question is, do you think that they're hiding Tupac at Area 51? No, they're definitely not. They're not hiding anything. That was a whole weird ruckus. Is that even the right word? It was stupid. Why would you even? First of all, you can't even get in. I heard there's 2 million people that were gonna go, and only 100 showed up. So you're not even gonna get in Area 51 to begin with. And they're not holding anything, in my opinion. So I thought it was stupid that people even did that, but whatever. I mean, people can go live their life as they please. What's it like being such a lady killer? I'm honestly not a lady killer, and I'm happy with the girlfriend I have, so yeah. Next question comes from my dad. So we got my brother, my mom, and my dad. that just goes to show you how many questions I got from Instagram people. Anyways, the question from my dad is, when are you gonna realize that Apple or Android is superior to Apple? Now, the whole story behind this is the fact that my dad hates Apple phones. He likes Apple iPods, probably iPods too, I think, like when they were a thing like 10 years ago. But he hates Apple phones. I love Apple phones. I have a 7. My dad has a Note. No, not a Note. He has that Samsung something. I don't remember what it is, but he definitely likes Android over Samsung. I mean, Android over Apple. Personally, it's definitely a preference thing. I've had both, and I honestly think that Apple is better. Now, obviously, Apple has its issues. We all know that. But after having the 2 different phones, I've always thought that Apple is better just because I've liked all the features with Apple. I mean, there's iMessage games. With Android, there's no Android games. The text actually looks pretty cool. You know, green and blue bubbles. The Android kind of just looks like plain white and tan. So there's way more better features on the Apple iPhone than there is the Android in my opinion. As for quality of the phone, now my dad actually said that Android was faster, and I don't think that's the case. I honestly think it's all to do with your carrier. If you're in the middle of nowhere, obviously nothing's gonna work. For example, when we were going to a trip up north in Flagstaff, whenever my phone wasn't working, their phone wasn't working. So I don't know why my dad has this weird theory that Android's way better than Apple. Definitely not in my opinion. If anything, I think Apple's better than Android, but I don't think he's ever had an Apple iPhone. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah. Final question of the day comes from my boy Lucas88214, and his question is, how about them Cowboys? Now the Cowboys are not that good, first of all. Second of all, the Vikings are better, even though they just lost to the Bears today. Third of all, the Cowboys have played nobody good, except Dak Prescott's pretty good. He's on my fantasy team in 2 leagues, so kind of like the Cowboys there. But other than that, the Cowboys haven't really done anything, so I'm not too hype on the Cowboy train. You know, they got that Kellen Moore guy as their coordinator. Jason Garrett, might be his last year. Wynn decided to come back, but definitely I do like the Vikings way more, and I think the Vikings are a way better team than the Cowboys. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap up the Instagram Q&A, first ever Instagram Q&A. I hope you guys did enjoy this, and if you guys want to see another one, please make sure you comment down below. If you want to see a Snapchat Q&A, make sure you comment that down below. Always feel free to ask me questions. I love doing Q&As. So if you ask me a question down below in the comment section, your question will be in my next Q&A for YouTube if it's specifically a YouTube one. But if I do a mixture of one, it'll be in the next Q&A, and you get a shout out as well, so there's always a plus to that. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for being loyal, and take care.
Boom. Roasted.
Yeah,